Hello, everyone. This is Grand Madam. Happy Sunday to you. Something is about to break the net and, well, YouTube, special social media anyway. It's the idea of Japan recruiting black men to sire Japanese children. Now, I've been digging. I don't find anything like that other than social media, YouTube, TikTok. I'm looking for something that is much more official and much more restricted, with restricted information from journalists than from social folks, from your everyday person who's just picking up one story and carrying it for content. Okay. Now, what I did find is Japan's going through a thing. It is looking for, and I'm getting this out of the Economic Times. It's expanding its foreign workers visas for up to 5 years. You can stay there. They are having emphasis. Japan's going through another interesting shift. I want to read up on to see what they're doing. Um, they have introduced policy now where they cannot work their workers of the hours that they've been working with. I don't know. I think it was 12, 16 day hours every day, and that's not working out too well. So what they're doing is they're bringing in foreign people who have skills. Just took a quick list. I looked at a quick list of what Japan is hiring for. Number one, you have got to have the skills. This is in transportation and logistics, and in some mining industries too. But you have got to pass a proficiency test in the language. All right. Um, if you're going to Japan, the railroad sector is hiring too. Excuse me. Here we go. Manufacturing train cars, maintaining the tracks, serving as drivers, conductors, or station staff. They need someone to manage the operations, handle the operations in textiles, iron, and steel. Manufacturing. Also, they're looking for drivers, bus drivers, taxi drivers, truck drivers who have, it says, the companies they're working for, however, must be certified by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism. Proficiency in Japanese at the N3 level, one of the Japanese language proficiency tests, 5 levels, is required for roles involving communication with passengers. So, we know Japan is hiring, and they're looking for skilled laborers to support, relieve the laborers they have there. So, they're not missing people so far. Um, I couldn't find a thing on recruiting Japan recruiting black men for siring duties. So I'm gonna do some do a reading on it. Okay, I'm gonna do a reading on it because I know that is not an uncommon thing, but it has never been, or maybe heck, in this one lifetime I've had, it has never been a public thing. Okay, the great houses of Europe still do that, which is yeah, African and African American men, the men of the African diaspora, but they seem to be more targeted towards African men, okay, West African men, for that service. Well, let's just see. Is Japan recruiting black men to sire children in their for Japanese women? But here's the question. Well, hold on. It's not that they cannot have children, it's that the women are not interested in being pregnant. They're not interested in families now. So, how is bringing a black man into the mix going to change any of that? It's not. But moving right along. Moving right along. Well, things like that, Japan. That's got to be the men of Japan. which is probably why the women have decided to postpone the whole family thing. But let's get back to this question now. I'm using the vice versa deck. Has or is Japan recruiting black men to sire Japanese children? And yes, dear, they will be Japanese children. And I hate to cut. No, I'm not going to say that word. Mm-mm. But it starts with Coco. They have words for those children now. They have names for those children now that are not so nice. So let's see what we have. Is Japanese. Is Japan actually doing that? Allegedly. Okay. Now, do I flip this over or do I flip that over? This is interesting. The first card that comes up is the Seven of Wands. And what this is about is fending off negative information, fending off obstacles, fending off gossips, fending off attackers. But as you see him standing there, to me, it looks like the job is done because he's standing there holding his wand, and the rest of the other wands are just leaning against a stone wall. So that says job done. He won. Look at this. I had not noticed that. One wall, one set of wands is a cross. You have two singles, and then you have something that looks like a V. If I were to look at this as Roman numbers, which I've never done before, but what the heck, 12 and 5, 17, 1 and 7, 8. That's interesting. Turn it over. It's still laying there. Can't see. I just noticed that. Look up there. See? If I were to take that last one as a V, 12 and 5, 12 and 12, 12 and 2. I don't know. Either way, he won this battle. Battle won. And here's the chariot. But look at this. As this chariot moves forward, it's not going to leave a solid road behind it, which means wherever he is going, he does not expect anyone, or he does not really want anyone to follow. And there's another symbol there. I got to get my runes together. Hold on a second. And maybe they're runes. I just never noticed those symbols before. And yes, I do believe they are symbols. Let me look at the rune alphabet. And I just found out not too long ago that rune alphabet, the runes themselves are like codes. I'm like, oh, which go hand in hand with my sound. Okay, runed alphabet. Yeah, almost. Not quite. Not quite. Hmm. It looks like an R. There's one that looks like an R. What does it mean? There it is. And it means what? Chariot. It means chariot. Right here. It means chariot. Okay. Well, that's what that is. That's what that is. Okay. Chariot travel journey evolution. He's got the candlesticks on one hand, the moon in another. There's a cup in the base of the chariot here. My man is prepared. And wherever he goes, he's got everything he needs. Everything he needs. Hmm. And crossing this is the King of Wands, marketing. This is my agent guy. This is the guy that goes out and supports brands, promotes them. Okay, so this is basically the question that I just asked. Let me move this over here. Is Japan recruiting black men to sire children? Oh, look at who. Uh, there was an issue in the past. Passion, but it's in past position. This also see little buds up at the top. They're the little buds that would come from a sexual union. The wand is a phallic union, phallic symbol. And here we have the hermit. So folks have chosen to be alone. They have not chosen to be with others. They have not chosen sexual passions or any of that stuff. Let's keep going. And here we have the Eight of Cups. Still, withdrawal, walking away. Nine of Swords. That's anxiety. Facing their anxieties? That's what's happening now. Wow, look at this. Seven of Pentacles. Not so much confusion, but somebody's trying to grow. Trying to grow trees on rock. Frozen ground. Hey, how are you going to dig that up? He's got one tree, and that tree looks dead to me. The soil's not fertile. Let's keep going. And here is Lady Justice with her back turned. Swords laid down. Oh, that's the scale. One scale looks broken, but there's another one that they have here. And here by this sword, they have a butterfly. So the sword of justice is being transformed. And at the bottom of the sword of justice, you see this little, uh, it's a little longer than a sprout, but it's almost like a little vine, maybe a weed that's coming out of the rock. It's like the sword is being held. I don't know how you hold a sword with a plant, but a vine. That's my aunt too. Holding a sword. And here we have half Egyptian mythology. I can't remember. That's the one that swallows your soul if it's not ready, if it's failed the feather test. Half alligator, half something else, half something else. It's three different animals. That's what this looks like. All of this is about surrounding justice. What does this mean? The scale has been dropped. The scale is broken. All that's left is karmic justice now. Oh, this is a woman who's turned her back. Two of Swords. And the Japanese government doesn't know what to do. There's nothing you can do. Let me. Ow! Look at this. That's the Ten of Swords. And there's somebody's feeling defeated, dead. Somebody stuck it to him. And this is what I suspected. There is either swords are also needles. That whole Japan recruiting black men to sire children thing. I don't know. There's something going on there. Might be a half truth. And here we have, look, this is the Three of Pentacles, money involved. This is also, to me, the selection criteria being set here. And on this card, on this side, this might be a recruit coming in. But still, on this side, you want to see what you got. Do you match the criteria? Do you meet the criteria? Are you who we're looking for? Hmm. Wow. No. There is separation here, but it doesn't seem to be permanent. See this guy? And here we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is in the this is going to be dealing with the economics. The economics is really slowing down right about now because they don't have the people to spur things on, to create the jobs, to create the income, to consume, and to be taxed and other things. And look, and here we have her. We don't even have house mothers anymore. The folks are not, women are not working at home anymore. Oh, this is the Queen. This is the Queen of Pentacles. And she's turned her back. She's turned her back. Emotional challenge is, it's just the women have turned their backs. How come here's another woman who's turned her back? This is the Queen of Cups. She's the mother. Women have turned their back on motherhood. They can't afford it right now. At the bottom of the deck, we have Pisces. The moon, I'm sorry, it's the moon. What time is it? I got time. We have dreams, intuition, delusions regarding the moon, and children seen as success. When it look, and they're saying, but look at here, that's guarded. The child is outside the wall, outside the obelisk, with the horse, and the men are guarding the wall. You can't come in here. That is different than this. On the other side of the wall, this, folks, we are going through a great um, we're going through a grand transformation here. A grand transformation. This is on a huge world scale. Could be on a galactic scale. When things are changing. Now we have, this is the Fool stepping out on faith with their loyal companion, the dog. Look at this. woman is being unleashed. That's the Eight of Swords. That's being in prison of the mind or in prison of the body. Either way, she's cutting herself out of the prison. And this seems to be happening on the world basis. Now, this way it means it's ongoing. This way the world means it's been completed. But this way we're dealing with around the globe, and we're dealing with something that is ongoing. hmm And now we have also the young couple coming to the old paterfamilias, the old father, grandpa. They need direction. What do we do? Where do we fit in this world? We need your wisdom, grandfather. They're about creating and continuing a legacy. Okay? And this person here is about continuing his cups. Nine of Cups. Status quo. Things as usual. I have everything I want. Mhm. And here again, we have a young couple trying to figure things out for themselves. This is the Judgment card. I'm not the Judgment. I'm sorry. This is Lovers. Here, they were guided by the angels or the deities or the rules, tradition. Here, folks have to fend for the masculine energy and the feminine energy have to figure out how to get things done for themselves, how to come together. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How do we get things to go and work so that we can move forward as an entity? You see all those symbols there. You got the burning bush, you got the star, and then you have Mercury in there, which means you have to work with communication also. You have the two vases, cups, emotions, growth, by the tree on the other side of the feminine. And you see, yeah, that's a feminine symbol. You see the symbol, the triangle pointing down to her behind, and on the male, you see the triangle pointing up his back. That is the star. That's as above, so below. That's also an alchemical symbol here. And hmm, this is all Japan. The men in Japan are in a quandary here. And now, okay, this is the King of Cups with his back turned. The Sword of Truth. And this is defeat. But it's like a defeat that says, I am not playing with you anymore. You don't play fair, so I'm out of here. So Japan's in a pickle right about now. But that does not answer my question. So I'm going to use the pendulum. And the question is this: is Japan recruiting Black American men or African men to sire children with Japanese females? No. And that's a big no. That's getting to be a huge no. That's a, oh, hell no. No, 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 no. If you're going over there, go get a job. And you speak fluent Japanese. Wow, folks. Oh, boy. Okay, what can I say? What can I say? Japan is not recruiting sires. They're recruiting bus drivers, taxi drivers, truck drivers. They're recruiting people who know how to manage metal mines for metal, metal ore. That's what they're doing. They might even get a few teaching jobs over there, but they are not recruiting black men to sire children with Japanese women. On that note, I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my day. I've had a good enough laugh. Much love to you all.